be happening again! What the fuck?
Friends, hello Captain Corvo, hello Crescents. Thank you Crescents for the 9 months. There's not a lot of people in chat at this very moment, but if you are in chat, can we get some hearts in chat for Crescents? 9 months, that's a whole baby. That's a whole ass baby. 4 months in a row too, let's go. How have you guys been? How's everyone tonight? As you can see, I have no makeup on right now, but the plan is to do some makeup on stream for you guys tonight. I kind of thought about it like earlier today. I was like, I'm not sure if this is a thing I want to do, but I've had a couple people ask me about it. Um, for like get ready with me streams for like when I have like modeling shoots and stuff like that. I haven't done one for like getting ready for like a photo shoot, but I figured I would do just kind of like a simple one. Um, this isn't going to be my everyday makeup because my everyday makeup is pretty like I said, pretty simple. I don't do all of this, but I'm going to talk about a couple of different things as like different tips and tricks, like I said, for doing different types of makeup. And I am going to do it a little bit darker and more intense than I usually do, but that's mostly just going to be because I'm on camera and I want to make sure that you guys can really see everything I'm talking about when I put stuff on my face. So it is going to be more intense and darker and a little bit more than what I would do on a normal regular basis, but know that I am doing it that way. To help you guys see what I'm trying to convey, because I don't have like a super high definition camera webcam. It's just a simple webcam, um, and it's like it's quite clear, but I still want to do it a little bit darker and a little bit just more intense so that you guys can see a little bit better. Make steak, mushrooms, carrots, and asparagus. That sounds good. I want to make stuffed mushrooms. I've been told it's fairly easy if you got a nice big mushroom and it sounds good. I might try that one of these days. Because I've made a lot of like stuffed peppers. I've never made stuffed mushrooms before though. I have not cooked the last few days though because we have a ton of leftovers from RJ's family from Easter and then just like leftovers from stuff that I've made. So I haven't been cooking, but that's okay. There's still plenty of food in our fridge. I'll have to figure out what to make later this week though when we run out of leftovers. My neck is also very tight right now. Have to use my Hydra gun on it later, which we are sponsored by Hydra gun, but I will definitely be using it after stream. Hi, Nari. What's up? You just hanging out? You guys are getting a rare Nari appearance. I suppose they're not all that rare anymore. She comes in here all the time now. Yeah, were you eating? Anyway, as kind of like a preliminary of going into doing makeup and stuff like that, I'll kind of talk a little bit about like basic skincare as well. So, basically like the smoother surface you have to work on, the smoother your makeup is going to go on, and there's lots of different things that you can do to like make that happen. So like you can have different serums, you can have different primers and stuff like that that you can use, but having a good skincare routine is going to be the base of having good makeup, because then it's going to be nice and smooth. You're not going to have bumps and stuff. Obviously, if you have acne, no one's skin is like pristine perfect, but there's lots of different things you can do to cover it. But if it's not like the skin's peeling and stuff like that, as long as it's smooth, it's a lot easier to cover. That's also why you don't want to pick at them as much, because then they're a lot easier to cover with makeup, so then they're not like red and swollen and things like that. And I'm preaching to the choir because I'm really bad about picking at my skin. You can see I have some acne scars over here and over here, but since they're scarring, they're pretty easy to cover. But before the stream, I washed off the makeup I had, and I exfoliated my face to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. I will say we are in the middle of a season change right now, so if you're finding that your skin is extra oily or extra dry, that's normal. As the seasons change, your skin can also change. You'll see a lot of people have different routines for winter versus like summer skin. I know my skin gets to be a little bit more oily in the summer and is very dry in the winter, which is really fucking annoying. So if your skin is changing right now, if you're not, that's pretty normal. I'm gonna show you guys products that I use. These are just things that I like to use. It doesn't mean that they're like the end all be all greatest thing in the world. I just started using this stuff from Artistry. I saw this girl who does like skincare stuff for this brand, and she like showed me a bunch of stuff, and I'm really enjoying it. So this is just like a sample pack, but this is an exfoliant that she gave me. It smells really good. I think it's pomegranate scented, if I remember correctly. And it's very fine, so I used that after I washed my face. And exfoliating is going to get all the dead skin cells and stuff off, make your face super smooth. Like I said, the smoother that your surface that you're working on is, the better your makeup is going to go on. There's another thing that I've done in the past. I can never remember what it's called. I think it's called dermablading. Basically, it's a tiny razor for your face to get the peach fuzz off your face. So if you're someone that you find that you have a lot of hair on like your upper lip, on your chin, like along here as like a sideburn, and you want that clear, you can use those and you can make it clear like in between your eyebrows, like I said, on your lip, your chin, all that good stuff. All your makeup's going to go on a lot smoother, and also your serums are going to absorb a lot better if you do that when you don't have peach fuzz. So if you find that your when you put on makeup and it always looks like dusty or it's like sticking to the hairs on your face, you can try that. It doesn't grow back thicker. It's not like shaving your legs or shaving other parts of your body, because the dermablade is like very, very small and fine, and it just really takes off like the top layer of dead skin and peach fuzz. You just have to make sure that you use oil to glide along your face with it, and that'll make that peach fuzz go away and make stuff go on really, really smooth. So pro tip for that. Care with dermablade, consult a doctor first, because it can also cause infection, worse acne. Yeah, so make sure you're doing it right. If you have sensitive skin, be careful. It is a blade on your skin, but yeah, make sure that you're doing it correctly, and that can help get some peach fuzz and stuff off. Again, these are not things that you have to do. These are just things that you can do to make all of this smoother. And then some other things you could do, like I said, is use different primers and serums. So I have a couple different primers, and I have them out here. Primers are exactly what they sound like. If you're painting a wall, you paint primer on it first so that the color and everything on it goes on smoother and is more vibrant. So I have, it's all faded. This is an e.l.f. primer. I believe the green one was like to make your face help with redness. There's a couple different ones. You'll have to decide based on your skin type which one you think is best. There's some for oily skin, there's some for dry skin, there's some for redness, there's some for all sorts of different things. But I have this one, and then I also have this one is a mattifying one. It's a charcoal one, so it's gonna make your face look more matte. And basically what that does is it makes it look less oily and less shiny. These two I actually don't use that often. Actually, what I use on a normal daily basis is just rosehip oil. Jack has passed the fuck out down here. So this is my rosehip oil. You can get it a lot of different places. You can get it from The Ordinary pretty cheap. I don't remember where I got this one. It's probably just like a random one I grabbed off the shelf. But it's just a little dropper. And I'm going to put that on my face now because, like I said, I exfoliated and hydrated before this. But since I'm going to put makeup on, I'm going to put this on too. So I just put a few drops on my hands. And put it all over. Hi, Nari. This is not food. This is makeup. Dogs are hanging out with me tonight. And if you put on primer or oil or anything before you make up, put it on all over. Under your eyes, on your eyelids, just don't get it in your eyes. Put it everywhere that you might have makeup. This is going to be, again, like a base to make everything smooth, to make everything blend really nicely, all that kind of good stuff. I like using this because I find when I do a lot of different types of makeup, it tends to dry my skin out, so I like using an oil. It also smells nice. And I also use this sometimes just to hydrate my face as well. So again, you can use different primers. I'm using a rosehip oil. And then, so depending on like how I'm going to do my makeup, there's people that are going to tell you like, do all your foundation first and then do your eye makeup, or do all your makeup first and then do your foundation. So this is going to be, for me, it depends. So if I am doing just like really simple makeup, maybe just like a little bit of eyeliner and mascara, I'll do all of my foundation and all that stuff first, and then I'll just go in and do my eyeliner and mascara on top. If I'm doing a really, really intense, like smoky eye look where I might have a lot of fallout or stuff like that, I will do my eyeshadow first so I can wipe off the fallout, which is basically just like powder that doesn't stick to your eyelid. Wipe that off. And then I also can get a better shape of it as well. And then I can like put concealer under it and really shape it as well. So because, again, this is not something that I would do as my everyday makeup, but because I'm going to do some eyeshadow tonight to show you some different tips and tricks with eyeshadow, I'm going to be doing my eye makeup first. And then I'm going to go on, because I probably will get some fallout because the eyeshadow I'm going to use is going to be very pigmented and very dark. So I'm probably going to get some like underneath my eyes and shit. And So you're going to see some people that find this very controversial. Also be careful with this as well if you have sensitive skin. You can get specific stuff that is for your face, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tape along the edges of my eyes to get a really, really sharp eyeshadow look. And then that also makes it really easy to do your eyeliner. Because then you can just follow that line as well. So I've seen some people that are like, don't do this, it's so bad for your skin. If you're gentle and you're not like smashing it into your face and gently peel it off, you'll be okay. But there is still adhesive on this. So again, if you have sensitive skin, be careful with this. You can also do it, I've done it before when I just take like a Kleenex and I hold it to my face and do that, and then the Kleenex will catch it. Anything that's like a straight edge that you can hold up to your face, that'll help do this. But I use tape because I'm lazy. And so to line this up, we got a piece of tape here. What I normally do is I try to follow the natural shape my eye is going to make right here, and then also where it would intersect with my eyebrow. I have my eyebrows microbladed, so I have them kind of filled in, but I need to get them touched up. But there's going to be a line here and a line that naturally comes from my eye, so I'm going to try and line it up with where that would be. So let me get a small mirror out because I need this to see what I'm doing. So I can look into my screen, but it's going to be easier for me if I have my own mirror that I can look at. Okay, so again, I'm going to follow the natural shape of my eye and go to a corner here, and I'm just going to put it on gently. Again, you don't have to stick it on super hardcore because that'll be bad for your skin. But my eyebrow would have a line that goes down to here, and then this naturally follows the line of my bottom lid up this way. I'll look up a little bit so you guys can see it better. So there's that side. And again, I'm doing my eyeshadow first because I'm probably going to get some fallout. So we're going to take another piece of tape on the other side. Again, following kind of like the natural angle of my eyeball that it makes right here. And so you can see now I have two pieces of tape on. I look a little dumb. What this is going to do though is it's going to create a nice straight line when I start doing eyeshadow and stuff. And I will do my eyebrows too. Like I said, I have them microbladed, but they are a little bit faded. I need to get them touched up. So I am going to fill them in a little bit. The makeup I am using is Subculture from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Anastasia Beverly Hills is a very good brand. They have very pigmented stuff. It's really nice. It is expensive. So a palette that I would recommend that you could start with that's going to be cheaper is some of the Ulta brand palettes. I have some Ulta brand palettes. They're really nice. They're a little bit smaller. They have good color options and stuff. And because they're Ulta brand, they tend to not be as expensive. Anastasia Beverly Hills, like I said, is a very, very nice brand. They make great stuff. It is an expensive brand though. And these are the colors that we got in here. It's a mess, as you can see. I tend to use the dark purple and the dark red a lot with one of the shimmery gold colors. And I have a ton of brushes here. And so if you're new to makeup and you're like, I don't freaking know what to use. Okay, these brushes are from Amazon. It's a whole brush set. I can probably link it later. If someone really wants it, you can message me. I asked for it for Christmas. I added it to a wish list and RJ's mom bought it for me. So you don't need like the super fancy like $50 each brushes. If you really want them, get them. But this whole set was probably like 20-25 bucks. What I use for my creases and like the edges of my eyes is always a round brush. So it's rounded, it's fluffy. If you don't know what that means, it literally just means like the end of the brush is round. To give you an idea of what like a straight square brush would look like, there's a straight square brush. So you can see this one has a flat tip more, and this one is very fluffy. This one is also flatter. This one again is fluffy. So I'm using a fluffy round brush for my creases and the edges of my eyes, and that is what I have always used for that. I'm going to use a dark brown. And I don't need a lot from this eyeshadow because this eyeshadow is super pigmented. Every brand is different, but I know I don't need a lot from this. So I'm going to go here, and I always start in the corner of my eye, and I just kind of dab it on. And like you can see, it's following that tape that I put down. It's going to create a really sharp line. And then I go through here and start to get in my crease. And this is going to depend on if you have hooded eyes, if you don't have hooded eyes. If you have hooded eyes, it's going to be more difficult. I have very large eyes, so I definitely have an advantage here of this is pretty easy for me to do, unfortunately. Not unfortunately for me, but unfortunately for anyone that struggles with that. If you have hooded eyes, basically keep your eyes open and see where your crease is going to like disappear into your brow bone and where it's not, and then you can add more color where your eyelid disappears and go out more. And if anyone has questions, feel free to ask. I'm just kind of going to walk through what I do. But I do about half my lid and then also the crease. And I blend it out. We could go in and do the other side as well. So again, I just kind of start dabbing it on so it's nice and dark here. And then I start to kind of go through the crease, fill her in. And again, this is going to create a very harsh line here. We'll peel it off later and you'll be able to really see where that line is, and it's going to make doing your eyeliner very easy if you want a really winged eyeliner. And again, this is not how I do my makeup every day. I'm doing it extra intense and dark so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I pretty much just wore eyeliner and foundation with mascara today. I usually don't even contour my face every day, but I will be going through contour stuff again for you guys to see. Okay. And then I usually take a smaller brush if I'm going to go in with like a shimmery color. And so there is a very gold shimmery color right here that I'm going to use. I'm going to pick that up with this brush and I'm going to put it right on that spot in my eyelid where I didn't add eyeshadow before. And I add that there. If you really want to make it pop, you can go in with a little bit of concealer on your eye first. Make it a little bit wet, make it really white, and then you can dab it on top of the concealer and it's going to really pop that eyeshadow. Let me go over here too. Just have a little tiny mirror that I'm staring at. So hopefully I'm not totally fucking this all up. And bam. So now we've kind of, you can also take your round brush again if you find it's not very blended. You can go in with that round brush again and kind of like blend that middle part. And you can see, if it'll show, there's like eyeshadow on here that kind of like, oh, you can see it's on my fingers now, but you can see it like through here and stuff. That's fallout. That's eyeshadow that like didn't stick to my eyeballs. And so now we're gonna gently peel that tape off. Again, be gentle with this. You don't want to hurt yourself. And then you can see super sharp line. If you don't want to wear eyeliner and you just like it like that, you can just fucking go like that. I've done that before where I just do really sharp eyeshadow and don't even add eyeliner. Gently peel that off. Boop. And bam. And you can still see like there's still fallout and stuff stuck on my face. So let me grab right quick and just like get that off. Bam bam. So done. I can come closer again. You can see super straight line there. Super straight line there. And that's going to be a really easy template to follow for when you do eyeliner. And then I usually also go in either with a highlighter or just another light shimmery makeup shadow of some sort to get the inside corners of my eyes. And also like just underneath my eye. So this little thing I'm using is just a cream highlighter. It's shiny. I like it. You can see it add a little shine here. Okay. And so now basically just my eyeshadow is done. That was kind of quick, but again, if you can't tell, I've practiced doing this a few times. This is how I've been doing my makeup for like 10 years, so. I will do a little bit of my eyebrows. So I have this angled brush. You'll see a lot of makeup artists do this, just so the camera focuses and you can see it, but it's got like a sharp little angle on it. I'm gonna take an eyeshadow. You can use different dip brows and stuff. I don't want to use this eyeshadow. Use different color eyeshadow. I have a lot of makeup palettes as well. This one is, I believe, a Kat Von D palette. It's quite used. You can tell which ones I use all the time. But I'm going to go in with a darker brown and fill in my eyebrows. It's easy to do with an angled brush because then you can get really sharp edges and stuff on it. So I'm gonna go in underneath here and add a line under my eyebrow, and then I kind of just flick it up to fill in my eyebrow above it, and then I use that same sharp edge on the top here as well. Again, this is also kind of easy for me because I have had my eyebrows microbladed, so there's kind of like a template for me to follow and know where to fill in. I'm gonna fill in that top and then bring it down on the tail, and then I just kind of fill it in to make it all darker. Bam, there's one brow. And then over here, same thing, take a sharp edge, start down here, work my way up, and then kind of flick it up to fill in the brows in here, and then take the sharp edge on top, boop, right there, and then I curve it on that top part of my eyebrow, and then bring it down to fill in that tail. And again, if I make it look easy, I've been doing this a long time. So if at any point in time you're like, wow, that looks so easy, and then you do it and you're like, wow, that wasn't easy, practice. A lot of this is just so much practice. When I was in high school, I used to come home from school and just like go on Pinterest and watch tutorials on like how to do different eyeliners, how to do different eyeshadows, and like all this other stuff. And I would just stand in my bathroom and practice for hours after school. And I would wash off all my makeup that I had on from the earlier day, and then I would put all new makeup on and just like keep doing that. So practice, practice, practice is what is going to make this easier. What do I want to do next? So I think next I'll start doing a little bit more foundation. So again, I did this a little bit backwards, and that's because I knew I would get some fallout from my eyeshadow. And now when I go in with like concealer and foundation and stuff, I can kind of clean up where that fallout kind of happened. I did wipe it off, but now we can make it really nice and clean. So there's different kind of foundations you can use. The one I'm going to use is actually this one that I'm stealing for a mirror right now. And it is a cream-based foundation. It doesn't quite match my skin, but as summer comes around, I will be less pasty and it'll match a little bit better. So when you watch me put this on, it's not going to perfectly match, but then I'm going to blend it in with my concealer and it's going to blend a little bit better. I like this stuff because it's very lightweight and very pigmented. And again, if something is pigmented, that just means the color is very strong. There's a lot of different things that you can do for foundation. So there's liquid foundation, which is probably the one you see most people use. You can use a cream-based foundation, which is this. I like cream because, again, when I put makeup on, it really dries out my skin. You can also do CC creams and BB creams if you want a really light coverage. So CC cream stands for color corrector. I don't remember what BB cream stands for. I think it stands for beauty balm, honestly. Basically, think of them as like a tinted, almost like foundation moisturizer. They do have a color, but it's very light and it's not going to cover a lot of stuff. But if you want just like a little bit of like a base of something, it's nice. I don't wear foundation every day. Sometimes I just do concealer and conceal like, you know, here, the acne scars, things like that. But again, for the purpose of this, I'm going to use some foundation. I don't like using liquid foundation. I find it very heavy and unhappy. I always get under my eyes because I have very deep set eyes and I always have dark circles. Like all of the time. And again, I like this one because it's got good coverage. So it covers a lot of acne scars quite well. And I am just using the little sponge that came with it. And again, it looks really yellow. But I don't mind that because I use a lot of it under my eyes, and to help correct dark circles, you want to use things that are yellow or orange because your dark circles are going to be purple tint. So you want to match it with the color that's opposite of it on the color wheel to help cancel it out. And so purple and orange are opposites and purple and yellow are opposites, and that'll help cancel it out. So if you have an orange eye cream, that's to help with dark circles and canceling that out. And if you have redness, you use like a green. So again, I don't mind that this is a little yellow because it's going to help with concealer and canceling out those dark circles. And then I just have a lot of dark spots on my chin too because I break out on my chin a lot. You can see, covers it all right up. And then I'm just going to go a little bit on my forehead just to get everything kind of an even skin tone. The idea of foundation is to get everything one united color, because more often than not, your skin is going to have different like tints and hues of it all around. Again, dark circles in your eyes, you can have redness on your cheeks. Some parts of your face might feel a little hollow or a little white. It's not normal to have one perfectly solid skin tone. And the point of foundation is to help make everything one tone. And then you're going to go in with contouring, which is essentially just shadows and highlights that you're going to add. And that's how you can do different things to shape your face. And I know a lot of people get really nervous about contouring because they're just like, oh my god, I don't know how to do it. I always fuck it up. Again, it's another thing that takes practice. I'm going to do it a little extra dark tonight, but I hope some tips that I give you with contouring will help you kind of figure out how you want to contour your face. Who did better color, RJ? I fucking hope me. I think we're already doing better than RJ did. How are you, Max? Just gonna blend this in a little bit more. So again, foundation is like giving yourself a blank canvas. If you're like a painter or a drawer, you want just a plain colored, solid colored canvas to start with, and then you want to go in and add any shadows or highlights that you want to do. The point of foundation is to make it all one color. And then next, I'm going to go in with concealer. So concealer is exactly what it sounds like. It conceals things. It's got a higher coverage rate, more often than not. I'm good in you. I'm good. I'm tired permanently all the time. But I'm still good. The brand I use is e.l.f. I use a lot of e.l.f. brand stuff. It's great. It's a drugstore brand, but still high quality and cheap. So if you're a beginner at using makeup, I highly recommend e.l.f. I use their eyeliners, I use their mascaras, I use their foundations, I use their concealers. It's great stuff. The primer I have is also e.l.f. I love e.l.f. It's good stuff. This one is a very pigmented one. You don't need a lot. So it looks like this. Oh, I need my mirror back. I'll set back up my little mirror. Right there. Right there. There we go. So I use concealer and highlighter kind of together. The point of highlighter is basically it's like raising up a surface, or with concealer, it's hiding something. And since my eyes are super deep sunk and always dark, I kind of use them both right here. A lot of makeup artists that you'll see on TikTok and stuff right now are doing a lot of highlighter and concealer like super, super high on their cheekbones to make their cheekbones look really high. And again, basically what that's doing is you're using highlighter to bring an area up taller. And the rule of thumb that my makeup artist teacher told me is you want to shadow up and highlight down, which sounds a little backwards. But basically when you're blending, you're going to have your shadows and your contouring lower on your face, so it is farther down, but you want to blend it upwards and then blend your highlight down. It'll make sense when I do it. But shadow up, highlight down. Again, sounds backwards. That's how you want to do it. But here, we're going to use concealer. Again, we're going to use it as a concealer and a highlighter. I'm going to put it under my eyes. I don't need a lot. We'll blend it out in a little bit. And then also like any spots that I want to cover. I don't need much. If I have any acne scars or extra redness that I don't like. And then in general, I try to make, like if I have a pimple over here, I just try to add the concealer to the other side to make my face look a little bit more symmetrical. Even if I don't need it. It just kind of like evens out my face. And then the sponge I use, you'll see a lot of people use like regular ass sponges. I have a silicone sponge. I love it. It's very soft. It's very easy to clean. It doesn't pick up your foundation or anything you're using, so it doesn't like soak into the sponge, so you don't end up wasting any. But then we're just gonna blend that in. And so I'm gonna blend that all underneath my eyes. And use that to cover up my dark circles. Now you can go in and bake, which is going in with a powder foundation to really set that. I don't like doing that. I don't like the way it feels. It feels heavy on my face and it feels cakey. If you want to do that, do it. It'll make it last longer. It'll make it really have a really harsh coverage. I shouldn't say harsh coverage. It'll have a really heavy coverage. It'll cover up everything. And we're gonna blend that in. Blend that in. Hello, Plock Rock. Welcome in. We're doing makeup. There. Oh, I still have stuff on my forehead. Haha. Don't want to leave that. So other things that you can do with concealer is you can use it to really make things pop. So like I can go in under my eye right here. If I put concealer right under the sharp line of eyeshadow, it's gonna really make that line sharp. Same if like I did on this side. You can do that. You can do it in the corners of your lips to really help your lips pop, especially if you have like a lip liner. I'm going to show you what it looks like to do it with like a jawline kind of look, with some shadowing along it to really make you have a sharp jawline. You can also use it to do your nose and stuff, but I'm going to kind of show you guys what I meant by the highlight down, shadow up thing, and I'm going to do that with my cheekbones and with my jawline. And again, I don't do this normally. I'll do this for like photo shoots and stuff, but I'm also doing it now to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff. So, we want to have a really tall cheekbone. We're going to use this as a highlighter up here and over here. Again, what highlighter does is you're building up those areas as if you're like trying to push your bone structure out and make that bone structure pop a lot more. And when you're using a shadow or a contour, you're basically like scooping that part of your skin out and making it cave in more. And I'll show you guys what I mean in a little bit. And then I'm gonna follow my natural jawline and make it real nice and sharp. Just like that. Same on the other side. Boom. And then if you really want to, I'll do a little bit more shadowing first before I do this, but we're gonna blend this in up here, make it nice and bright. You can go in also with like cream or powder highlighters that are like glittery, and that'll help this pop a lot too, and then it'll really catch like the sunlight when it hits this part of your face. You want to follow the natural bone structure of your face. You can change what your bone structure looks like with highlighting and contouring, but if you follow what your face naturally does, it's gonna look a lot nicer when the sunlight hits it and just look more natural. Sorry, my shoulder's really tight. But generally, like right here is where the tops of your cheekbones are. For some people, it might be lower. If you see a lot of girls do this when doing their makeup, they're finding where the bottom of their cheekbone is. And you can kind of see mine a little bit naturally right there. So we're gonna add shadowing there. First, I'm going to blend this in a little bit more. So this is going to help our jawline pop, and it's going to do it more once I add in contour. And now the contour I'm going to add is going to be extra dark. I don't normally do it this dark, but I'm going to be doing it extra dark tonight to help you guys see it a little bit better. So again, e.l.f. It comes with a highlight thing, but I prefer using concealer. I don't like using this highlight piece. If you want to, you can. I just personally prefer not to. And then these two are pretty dark. I don't usually use them, so I'll be using this one. So I take the tip of my silicone sponge, scoop some out on here. I'm going to do the kissy face thing, and I'm going to follow the natural shape of my jawbone. Hello? Welcome in. Hello. Hi, I'm contouring my face. How is everyone? I'm gonna give you a shout out quick. I was making quite a cute face right as you raided into me. How are you? How are things? What are you playing? League of Legends. How was League? Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. My name's Carly, TheAnimeAthlete. This is not what I normally stream, but I asked people if they wanted me to do it, and they said yes, so I'm doing a makeup stream. The timing of that raid, yeah, is I'm like... Anyway, we're contouring now. How is everyone tonight? Same old, same old. Sounds about right. But it was good. Did you have fun? The important part is you had fun. I'm gonna keep adding some shadow in. Again, I'm doing this extra dark so you guys can see it a little bit better. Hi, Raiders. I usually play Stardew Valley. Again, I don't usually do makeup streams. It was a generally good time. Good. We love that. We love good vibes. We love things that are good and happy. I keep going in. Again, making it extra dark. I'm gonna get close to where, like, the kissy face comes in, but not quite all the way down. Same on the side. Again, making it very dark to make it easy for you guys to see. I don't normally do it this dark. I usually don't even add like a lot of contouring. I just kind of put on blush. You can also put it on your temples. I usually just dab it in a little bit. And again, I will do it this dark for like photo shoots and stuff if I do them. But yes, welcome in, Raiders. Happy Monday night. And if you go in around your kind of hairline, it'll also kind of narrow your face down a little bit. Hello, Holden. We're doing makeup, Holden. And this stuff I'm just lightly blending in right away because I'm not going to do a lot with this. I was in Tiny Soda. Did you enjoy your time here in Tiny Soda? I was also here. I never left. Yes, I'm glad. Okay, so if you remember, we added that concealer down here. Now right along the bottom part. We're gonna add in some shadow. So that dark contrast of having the shadow right next to the contour is going to make stuff super sharp. And I'll show you guys here when I'm gonna add a little bit of concealer right here to really make this jawline look sharp. But if you do this, this is not the Krusty Krab. My headphones are popping out as I do this. And I will do it like around my whole jawline. So I'll do it like up underneath my ear. And then I pull it back and blend it in. No, Ice is not here. You really think Ice is gonna watch me do my makeup? Now I'll do the same on the other side as well. You guys will probably see this better. So I just pull along almost underneath my jaw. That concealer next to it plus this is really gonna help that jawline pop out. Get kind of back here. I must go. Alright, thanks for popping in for a minute, Holden. Hopefully you learned some stuff about some makeup. And then you just want to make sure you blend this in because you don't want to have an orange neck or chin. Just make sure it gets blended in real nice. But there you can see now super sharp jawline. Super sharp jawline. Conceal and Tiny Soda, I think I'm sad. So now, like I said before, you want to highlight down, shadow up. This is really going to come into play. We're going to take this and we're going to blend this upwards this way by just kind of like flicking my sponge. We're going to blend it upwards. We're going to blend it up kind of like into where that concealer was. Sometimes I'll just use my fingers to clean it up. But we will go in it with concealer there as well. Same thing on this side. Blend it upwards with the contour, the shadow. Wonder how this would go if I go for the giraffe mask. I mean, I'll just wear it for 30 seconds and then I'll take it off. This is a little bit too far in. I'm not going to put makeup on the giraffe mask. It'll ruin the giraffe mask. Okay, and now to really make, you can see already there's a contour happening with our cheekbones. To really make it pop, you can go in with more concealer or highlighter right underneath here. And that's going to really help make a very sharp line. And then this one, we're going to blend it downward. So again, shadow up, highlight down. It's going to create this line effect here now that you can see of this very sharp edge of my cheekbone that I don't really have, but I've kind of created. I'll do it on this side. You'll probably see it a little bit better. We're going to blend the highlight downwards. You can go through here just to like blend the colors a little bit, but push that downward. And that sharp contrast of having that concealer line blended down and the shadow blended up is going to create a really sharp line. Again, you don't want it to be like, you want to blend it a little bit to make it look a bit more natural, but it's going to create this very, now you can see even when I turn my face, a very, very sharp jawline and cheekbone line here. That's what we did along here as well. We added the concealer here, concealer highlighter here, and then shadow underneath. Creates this very, very sharp cheekbone line. And you can do the same thing on your nose. So if you put a highlight down the middle of your nose and then put concealer on the edges of it and kind of flick that to the sides and keep that line right here really harsh. You want to blend it a little. You don't want it to be like line on line. That's how you can really shape your nose. I hate doing nose contouring. If you guys really want me to do it, I will do it. But otherwise, I don't want to do it tonight. I am going to just add a little bit more foundation on my nose just from my sponge. Because it's like there's nothing on my nose right now. And then, like I said, if you really, really want to hit up that highlight, you can go in with like a powder or a cream that's shiny. And do the same thing. Add her all up there. This will make it shiny. Add that to the top of my cheekbones. Same over here. Add it to the top of my cheekbones. You can put it on the edge of your nose. This is just gonna be shiny. Boom. Now I have a shiny tip of my nose. You can do it on what's called your Cupid's bow, which is right here. Make the very upper part of your lip shiny. Help that pop out. You can also go in, you can do this with concealer as well. If you really want sharp eyebrows, you can go in underneath with a concealer and do this. I'm just going to use shiny and add a highlight underneath. Same over here. Bam, bam. Add some shine there. You want to, again, add concealer, highlighter to parts of your body that are naturally going to have more of sun or light hit it, and that's going to be the spots that stick out. So top of your cheekbone, tip of your nose, right here is where sunlight, anywhere where there's like a little bump on your face, tops of your eyebrows, eyebrow bone, you're going to really help that pop out more. If you don't want it to pop out, don't add it. Is this a bruise on my leg or is it makeup? It's makeup. I thought I had a bruise. It's makeup. Okay. Also gonna go on with my eyeliner now. So we have this super nice sharp line from when we put our tape down for our eyeshadow. Words. So I use marker pens. You can use a dip that's like a brush with a gel. I like marker pens because in my life they work easier. This one I love a lot. What is this a Kat Von D one? Yes, this is a Kat Von D. It's called Tattoo Liner. I love this. The formula of it is nice. The tip of the liner is nice. I've used Fenty a few times. Hate it. The tips always wear out. They become like fuzzy and they just are shitty and that dries out super fast every fucking time. I've used e.l.f. Like I said, I do love e.l.f. I just find that they dry out a little fast and this isn't drying out as fast. So the e.l.f. tips are alright, but I just find that it dries up quickly and I use up a lot of it right away. But again, this is Kat Von D. Works very nice. So I usually just go in, follow the line that I've already created. And if you've seen a lot of people do this, this is where it can get difficult. Again, if you have hooded eyes. I have mildly hooded eyes. Not super hardcore though. But what you want to do is you're going to create a fake line. So you want to be just facing forwards. And you're going to want to put a spot, make a mark where the middle of your pupil is in the middle of your eyeline, or of your eyebrow, or eyelid. I'm going to come forward a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit better. So you want to make a mark where your pupil lines up with your eyelid. And you want to go straight out, but stop where your eye has a crease. So you can see my eye crease is right here. This is where it's going to create a curve instead of staying in a straight line. And then I'm going to also drag this from here and a straight line across to where the crease is. Let me clean this up a little bit. This is going to be a very intense wing because I fucked it up because I'm talking. So I've got an outline set up, and now when I close my eye, you can see when it's open, where the crease is, these two should meet. But when I close it, this is where the crease uncreases. So you're going to create a line from here to here. This is where your eye creases. So again, you can't see that because this is where my eye is creasing when my eye is open, but when it's closed, this is what we want to fill in. So I'm going to fill this in a little bit more right here. Come across this way, again, going to the middle part where my pupil and the center of my eye meet. And then we're just going to fill this all in. We've made our outline, and now we color it in. Again, it's easy to get this line when you do the eyeshadow thing I did with the tape, because then you just follow it. And so now, when we look forward, it looks like this just kind of goes out straight, but when I close my eye, you can see it has like an angle in it. And what we've done is we've like lined it up with that crease. I'm trying to look over here and still see. We've lined it up with that crease so that it stays straight through here. I need to fill this up a little bit more. There we go. And then we just basically fill in where that crease happens so that we can get this long, elongated eye look. I'll do the same thing over here. So again, you want to go where your pupil is in the center of your eyelid. Make a mark there. And depending on if you're right or left-handed, this will change things too. I'm going to go from the tip here, pull it to where my eye creases. And my eye creases in different spots on different parts of my eyes. So on the left eye, it's not the same as my right eye. You want to follow the same kind of pattern. You're going to pull it into where the crease starts, and then keep your eye open and find the line from the crease to the center part of your eye here. So now we've created this line that goes across here. I'll look up a little bit more. We've created this line, but my crease is right here. So when I close it, you can see I can fill this in where the crease is. So now, looking forward straight ahead, it has this look of it just kind of goes straight out from the middle of my eye to out to the corner of my eye. When we close it, it's a little bit more curved. It's kind of like, I don't want to say an optical illusion, but kind of is. And I'm going to follow this line that I made with my eyeshadow underneath here. I'm going to pull this up a little bit here to make it a little bit more even. Again, I'm doing this with like a pocket mirror, so I'm not doing it quite the same as I normally do. And because I'm talking, I keep moving my face too. But now that we've created this outline, you can fill this in here. I'm just going to fill this in a little bit more because it's a little too light. I'm going to fill it in a little bit more under here. And bam! So now you can see, again, looking forward, it kind of gives the illusion of having a straight line, but if I close my eye, you can see it does not. I've just filled in where the crease in my eye naturally happens, like right there. And so again, this will vary from eye to eye depending on how strong this crease is here. If you have almond-shaped eyes, if you have no hooded eyes, this is so much easier. If you have super hooded eyes, you can't see anything. I hope this was helpful and easy to follow. I've seen a lot of tutorials on how to do it, and it's just something that takes a lot of practice. It's not easy. So be prepared to like continuously wipe it off if you keep messing it up, because I always had to do that when I was younger. I don't do it the exact same way I did when I was younger, but I've been doing cat eyes since I was 16, and I'm 27 now. So I've had many years of practice doing it like this. And again, it is really easy if you do that eyeshadow trick I showed you with the tape earlier, because it's going to create a template. I am going to go in with my round brush that I used easier. There's just going to be like a little bit of residue left on it. I'm going to go in under my eye, right here, and here. give it a little bit of shadow down there, a little bit of smoky eye, just to make it a little bit darker. Blend it in. You can see, boom, boom. I can also come in quick with some blush. This is my blush brush. You can use, there's a wide variety of different blush brushes you can use. I also will sometimes do contouring with just powder instead of a cream foundation. And I can use some of that now. I use a slightly different brush for that one. Where's the other one? They look the same. I just don't want to have one be brown and one be pink. But same kind of thing. I just go right here and then I do little swirls to kind of blend it in and do it a little bit more softer. If I use the cream contour stuff, it's going to be a harsher look. So if I really want a sharp look, I'll do that. But if I want a really soft look, I'll blend it in like this for a softer looking contour. But I did a pretty intense one tonight for you guys. And then you can also do the same thing like under your chin, fill your jawline. And then same thing, temples, around your hairline. Edges of your nose if you want. Oh, and this was Patrick Star. This is my friend got me this one. Patrick Star MAC. It's like a shimmery bronzer that I use. And then this one, Milani Baked Blush. This is another one. It's got some gold flecks in it, so it's a little bit shiny. You can tell I've used it quite a bit. Again, you'll see a lot of people put their blush like right up here to help give them that really snatched, raised look. I don't like doing that. I like having fuller cheeks, and I like kind of going across the bridge of my nose. So I'll do, I need a mirror. This one doesn't have a mirror on it. So I'll kind of smile, find where like the apples of my cheeks are, and put it there. And I'll even do it a little bit under my eyes too to kind of help any dark circles that I have. And same thing, I kind of just buff it in circles to make it go on light and fluffy. And I'll follow it up to my upper cheek, but I like to put it in like the middle of my cheek too. This is gonna make your cheeks look fuller, so if you don't want fuller looking cheeks, don't put it right here. But like I said, I like that look, and I don't like the look of just putting it way the frick up here. And then I usually do a little bit across my nose too. Boom. And I'll do a little bit more, blend it in, just kind of make it all even. Again, this is not how I do my makeup every day. Not even close. I will usually do a little bit of foundation and concealer for under my eyes, cover any spots I don't like, and then sometimes I just do mascara. Sometimes I'll do eyeliner and mascara, and then I'll do a little bit of blush. That's like my everyday kind of stuff that I do. But again, for this purpose, I'm doing a little bit of extra. And then mascara. If you ever want to use fake eyelashes, I highly, highly, highly recommend magnetic ones. They're very easy to put on. You just get eyeliner that has magnets in it, like it's got like a magnetic formula. I usually will do regular eyeliner, and then I'll go, so I can make sure that it's like correct, and then I'll go in and go over my regular eyeliner with the magnetic eyeliner, but not the whole wing. I'll just do like along my lash line, and then you can stick the magnetic lashes right on top of it. You can do some that are just the corners, or you can do a full set. I have very rounded eyes, so the part here that like convexes and it has a really, really strong curve, it'll cause my inner parts of my eyelashes to pop up all the time. So if you've ever had that problem, an easy way to fix it is to literally just slice your eyelashes in half, because that curve is too strong and it can't like hold down. So if you cut it, you're taking the pressure off that curve of your eyelashes, and then they'll sit on and they won't keep popping off the inner corners of your eyes. Or just do the edges. If you wear fake lashes, I would still use mascara underneath and then put fake lashes over top. I'm not going to put fake lashes on tonight. But I use CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. I've used this for many years. I've used lots of other mascaras. This is a really good, simple mascara to use every day. The only other mascara I've used that is really expensive, that is honestly worth the price, I believe it is the Too Faced, like Too Sexy or something like that. I don't remember the full name of it. I believe it's from Too Faced though. Incredible. Insane. I loved that. It was like $50 mascara though, so I don't buy it often, but if I ever get a sample, bitch, I'm using it. Otherwise, CoverGirl Lash Blast, cheap from Target or Walmart, works great. I need my mirror again. Hi, Inari. She just came in and laid under the desk. And I know also another common thing right now is to just do the edges of your eyelashes. I like doing full lashes though. So I'll go in, get underneath. I'll just do it pretty lightly. And then I'll go in and do, like I said, full lashes. My eyelashes also curl on their own pretty well. So if you find that you have really straight lashes, you can use an eyelash curler. But mine curl and flare out on their own fine. I also will get the tops of them like this to really coat my whole eyelash. And then I'll go back underneath and get underneath. And I'll do like a little shimmy thing. I'll do the same thing on this side. Get my inner corner. Hello, Spence. How are you? Chillin'. Me too. And then again, I kind of get the tops of them to really fully coat my eyelashes. I'm also running out of mascara. This tube is very empty. So it might seem like I'm putting a lot on, but there's not a whole lot left in this tube. It's very dry. Once I get a new tube, I will not have to add this much onto it. There. And there you have it. I can come forward a little bit. Here is how I do my makeup. Again, not everyday makeup. I would do this as like special occasion photo shoot makeup because I did it a little bit more intense than I normally do. More bronzer, more concealer, more highlighter. My eyebrows are a little fucked up. They're really thin on the ends. But again, I get them microbladed and I have to go get them touched up. And then they'll be a lot better. If you don't know what microblading is, it's basically eyebrow tattoos, essentially. So. And then sometimes I'll do lipstick, sometimes I won't. Kind of depends. Let's put some chapstick on. There we go. If anyone has questions, feel free to let me know. It did not take up a full 2-hour stream. I wasn't sure if it would or not. If there are a lot of questions, it probably would have. But chat was pretty quiet tonight, which is okay. People are just watching, hanging out. But if you have questions on brands, contouring, eyeshadow, things like that, I tried to keep it simple with terminology and walking through how I do it. But I still probably did it kind of fast because, again, I've been doing my makeup almost the same way for like 10 years. And again, I was a theater major in college and I did costumes and makeup. So I'm just used to like doing it and getting it done and knowing how to do it well. Stage makeup is obviously different than regular everyday makeup, but it's not that different. We use a lot of cream-based stuff, and it just tends to be darker because you're on stage. You tend to do stuff that doesn't match your skin tone because the stage lights really white you out. So, it's interesting stuff, just not much to add while I'm droning in Minecraft. That's fine. Theater major, by the way. I also know that I do have a lot of men that watch me. Not that men can't wear makeup, but just in general, men tend to not wear as much makeup, which is, I'm not judging anyone if they do or don't. Makeup is seen as feminine, even though it doesn't technically need to be feminine. What are you trying to say? Nothing, just that makeup is seen in society currently as feminine, but it doesn't have to be. Anyone can wear makeup. I've done makeup on men many times. Not just for theater either. Like, I've had male friends ask, can you do my makeup? And I will say yes. For funsies. And again, not special effects makeup either. I know you're trying to give me shit. Haha. You can put on more makeup in this 1 hour than I have ever used during my whole life. Yeah. So there you go. Do you not wear makeup often, Max? You don't do foundation and like everything else? And it is a little bit like you can see my neck is a lot wider than what I have on my face because like I said I put on more than I normally do so you could see it better on camera. Again, my camera's not shitty, but it's also not amazing. So I did put it on a little bit darker than I normally would just so you guys can see it really well. Now I'm sad. I'm going to go to bed in like an hour and I have to take this all off. You've did it twice, maybe 3 times, yeah. It's actually a Herculean effort to remember to brush my teeth and clean the sleep out of my eyes in the morning. Adding makeup would kill me. Like I said, this is not what I do every day. Especially if I don't plan to leave my house, I usually don't wear any makeup. There's many times that I just sit in front of this exact computer and I just don't have anything on. I mean, I did community night, Friday night with no makeup on. You guys saw me, so. Like I said, this would be more special occasion makeup. And I do pretty intense cat eyes. I have always done pretty intense cat eyes and winged eyeliner. Not everyone vibes with that, but I vibe with it. I love intense makeup. I also have really fun colors. If you guys ever want me to do like a really like vibrant colored stream. 1 second. I'm rolling slowly so I don't spook an Ari. This is not a palette that I use frequently, but I enjoy having it. It's the Urban Decay Electric palette. The colors are indeed electric. I think we used this when RJ did my makeup. Yeah, you can see the blue. Hey, you can see chat. The blue doesn't show up on my camera because for whatever reason my camera hates the color blue. But these colors are very vibrant. So if we ever want to do a fun color stream, and I can also do like shading and contouring with the colors too. I just kept things natural because that's what most people neutral, I should say, colors, because that's what most people want to do for more basic makeup. And you don't have to do dark eyeshadows like this like I did. You can do lighter ones that are a little bit more like pink or purple or skin toned if you're not ready for something intense. And if any of my friends ever want their makeup done, please let me know. I did my sister and my friend's makeup this weekend for a photo shoot. I feel bad because I felt like it was not my best work because I was struggling and everything was pissing me off. Like nothing was working the way I wanted it to. So if either one of you are watching, I'm sorry. I hope you liked your makeup. I felt it was not my best work and I was getting really frustrated. Hopefully your pictures will still turn out great though. But hopefully you were happy with how the makeup turned out. Oh, another thing that you can add right at the end is setting spray. So I have a setting spray. I'm not going to put it on because I'm going to wash this off in like an hour. But setting spray will help it all stay in place if you've got like a 12+ hour day. I will be using so much setting spray the day of my makeup because I'm a cry. But that helps it all just stay in place, not wipe off, smudge, smear, all that good stuff. But yes, if I have any friends that ever want their makeup done, I will absolutely do your makeup for you. My foundation might not entirely match your skin tone, but like we can do our best. I'll mix stuff. I have a couple different things. I do have a special effects makeup kit as well for like zombie makeup and all that kind of stuff. You guys have seen pictures, I think I've shown you. Please do check out Hydra Gun, the mini Atom massage gun. I'm gonna use it after this because my shoulders are really tight. But if there are no questions, again, this will probably end up being a short stream. I'm trying to coordinate with my friend Kate a time for her to come over and do the Kate's quiz thing where I quiz her on video game and pop culture knowledge and ask her stuff about it because she doesn't know anything about it. She was the one who did My Normie Friend Reacts to Anime, so now she'll be doing a quiz where we ask her questions about video games and pop culture. And I have my merch on right now. I just got another thing from Stream Elements for merch. This is like a crop top sweater. So check out my merch. But if there's no questions, we can go find someone to raid. Vex is live. We're gonna go raid Vex. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be alive. He's been live for 3.5 hours, so he might be being done soon, but we're gonna raid Vex anyway. Vex Tarsi, playing Fork Knife. Alright. Good night, everyone. Goodbye. Bye. Have fun with Vex. Bye-bye. Good night. Happy Monday. Bye-bye, everyone. So long. Farewell. Bye-bye.